Hello everyone, I'm Fan. Today I will get a presentation about outsourcing for Meituan, the number one company in China's takeaway industry. The Meituan, is the largest delivery platform in China with the largest market share. It's understood that there are three main contracts signed by the Meituan takeaway workers, the riders, namely the labor contract, third-party contract, and cooperative contract. During the year of the rapid growth in China's online food delivery industry, the Meituan, the most traded company, has been in the news for not paying the social security to its worker for using the outsourcing companies to sign the offers to save a lot of expenses. The worst is that the Meituan privately allows riders to set up the mini companies and then signs the cooperative contract with the riders instead of labor contracts. How to say that? Pretty huge difference between the three contracts, among which with the labor contract is relatively formal, and the Meituan needs to pay the social security for the rider. If it's a third-party labor contract, then the third party does not need to pay for the riders, the social security, the health security. If it's a cooperative contract, the rider is a self-employed person who will take all the risks he or she may face. And next is an introduction for Meituan. Meituan's business and products are now traded on their app, which is divided into two parts, one for takeaway and the other one for advertising food, hotel, entertainment, and traveling recommendations. So the important issues in the takeaway delivery industry are the first, the overuse outsourcing employees, and second, the restaurants complain that the Meituan take too much of a percentage of the benefit. It's about 30%, and the takeaway services are still given to restaurants that do not conform to the sanitary conditions. And in Shanghai, the first half of 2017, there were 66 road traffic accidents involving the food delivery industry, of which Meituan accounted for 26%. And in August 2017, traffic police force interviewed the Meituan and other 8 the food delivery companies, asking them to strengthen the traffic safety management and their employees, especially for the food delivery riders. And in October 2021, the State Administration for Market Regulation imposed the administrative punishment on Meituan for monopolizing the market of online food service and takeaway platform service in China, and ordered the Meituan to stop the illegal behavior. Meituan now employs more and more outsourcing employees, most of whom are food delivery riders. Reasons for outsourcing: most riders are not granted safety. So what about our solution? Our solution is to divide the riders into two parts. The first part is the rider who signs a full-time labor contracts, pay all kinds of insurance, and provide a perfect employee benefit system. And the second part is the part-time employees, sign part-time labor contracts with a third-party company, which is then establish labor relations with employees as contractors and provide business services for Meituan. The third-party companies will provide the health insurance for the riders, but not other insurance. Under such an assignment system, Meituan has to timely clean up and concern the fees and fines that do not conform to the higher legal requirements for unreasonable regulations, So as to create a good environment for flexible employment, we should carry out the pilot work injury protection for flexible employment on the platform and correctly define the responsibility of the platform companies. Once a work injury happens, the corresponding work injury protection can only work. Queues of the special position of the takeaway riders, both will, day and night takeaway riders. So you can pilot individual riders to increase the safety, protection rights, and the interests, the benefits. The Meituan food delivery platform also takes the relative responsibilities. This kind of labor outsourcing of Meituan involves a large number of people who are, the grassroots workers. The labor relationship between the Meituan delivery worker and the Meituan company is not a labor contract. And without paying social security, it's hard to really protect the riders' rights. Keeping a balance between the reasonable benefits of the company and the benefits of the rider is, it's a complex matter. The benefit of outsourcing is that in order to reduce the costs and avoid the risks, the company can only deduct 3 yuan per day from the commercial insurance. It guarantees 600,000 deaths, the death insurance for the non-official employees, and there's a low labor security. In addition, takeaway riders are still a huge group, and the labor cost saved by the employers is still very high. So for the workers who choose to the outsourcing means flexibility. They can take the job at any time, and they can leave the job at any time, quit at any time. They do not need to write their resignations requests in a month in advance. So they earn more in the short term. They will carry out pilot work injury protection for flexible workers on the platform and introduce the better social security policies. And the system for outsourced workers and flexible workers to ensure that the workers' legal rights and benefits are not violated into the current times of social responsibility. So, Meituan, take up your responsibility to give the employees a sense of belonging and companies a sense of mission to create a better life. So, thank you for your listening. That's it all.